Hey everybody, Sam here from Sugar Spun Run, and today I'm showing you how to make an easy homemade salsa recipe. As far as homemade salsa recipes go, this is one of the easiest ones you will ever see. Lots of salsa recipes require lots of chopping, lots of mincing, but today we are going to be having our blender do all of the hard work. If you like a nice restaurant style, less chunky salsa, this is the recipe for you. Now, to get started, the first thing I want to talk about is the tomatoes. Now, if you have garden fresh tomatoes, especially if you have nice Roma tomatoes, those are going to work perfectly in this recipe. You'll need about 5 to 7 Roma tomatoes. You'll want to chop the stems off, give them a nice cleaning, and I usually will scrape the seeds out of about half of them just so my sauce is not too runny. Now, while I love using fresh tomatoes, right now, tomatoes are not in season. My garden is not anywhere close to giving me any tomatoes, and everything at the supermarket is super waxy. They're not very red. They are not ideal for making salsa. So if you find yourself in this predicament, a great alternative to fresh tomatoes is canned diced tomatoes. Now, I know what you might be thinking, it probably isn't going to taste very fresh. Actually, these tomatoes have a great flavor. They do taste very fresh, and all of my family members could not tell that my salsa made with these tomatoes was not made with garden fresh tomatoes. Now, I'm using fire roasted tomatoes, but regular diced tomatoes will work just as well. You will need 2 14-ounce cans of diced tomatoes, or as I said, 5 to 7 fresh aromas. I'm going to add these into my food processor. When using canned tomatoes, I'll usually drain one of the cans and not the other. This just keeps the salsa from being too thin or too runny. I like mine to not be too thin. Now, if you're using fresh tomatoes, you do not need to dice them like these are diced. I'll often cut mine in half just so they fit in the blender more easily, but it's not required. Next, we'll add 4 ounces of diced green chilies, and I always use the canned chilies even if I'm using fresh tomatoes. Now here's where we get to play with the spiciness of our salsa. We are going to be adding 1 or 2 jalapenos depending on your taste. For a milder salsa, you'll just want to add 1. For a spicier salsa, use 2. Now I'm going to cut this jalapeno in half, get rid of that stem. And you're going to want to scrape the seeds out of the center. Now, you do not want to add all of these seeds in. That salsa is going to be way too hot. But for a little added heat, you can add a few seeds in as well. Next, we'll add 1/2 of a medium-sized white onion. Next comes the cilantro. Now, cilantro can be a little bit hard to measure, so what I like to do is I like to coarsely chop it and then use 1/3 cup of the coarsely chopped cilantro. This is the best way that I've found to measure the cilantro. Now we'll add 2 cloves of garlic. Make sure to cut off the ends and peel them before adding them to your blender. Next, you'll need 1 tablespoon of lime juice, and I really recommend using fresh lime juice. And for me, I'm usually able to get a tablespoon out of half of the squeezed lime. Now we'll add our seasonings. We're going to start with 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper, and just 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. Now our blender is going to take care of the rest of our work for us. We're going to put this on the base of our blender, add our lid. Now all that's left to do is we have to just pulse everything together until all of our ingredients are nicely chopped up and completely combined. This is only going to take a couple seconds. That is how simple it is to make this salsa. Now, for the best flavor, I do recommend letting everything sit for an hour before serving. Even better if you can let it sit overnight. The flavors are really going to develop and meld as the salsa sits. Now, I don't have time to wait for that, so I'm going to go ahead and start pouring mine and enjoying it now. I wish you guys could smell this because this homemade salsa smells so good and so fresh, and I can't wait to dig in. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's easy homemade salsa video, and if you try this one out, please leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. That's good. Hey, if you guys enjoyed today's salsa recipe, I would really appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and please hit that notification bell. Also, if you enjoyed today's recipe, here are a few others you might like as well.